Do you ever feel like society places unfair standards on women? Have you ever stopped to think about who is to blame for the objectification of women? Contrary to popular belief, it's not men who are responsible for the objectification of women, but women themselves. In this video, I will discuss why women, not men, are responsible for objectifying themselves. So, if you're ready, let's get started. While I was in high school, I was taught that women were required to satisfy certain social norms that men did not have to adhere to. Women were conditioned to wear cosmetics, dress beautifully, and behave in a specific way, or they would not be accepted. I was told that women were sexualized in commercials to increase sales, and that they were depicted wearing full makeup in absurd scenarios in TV shows and movies, setting an unfair ideal for young girls and causing an unreasonable standard for our society. Now, before we go into the objectification of women, I'd want to define objectification as the activity of reducing someone to the status of a mere object, which means that our culture degrades and uses women as objects for a variety of purposes. Increasing sales is one example, but stating we are objectifying women as a society implies that women are objectifying themselves. Unless we accept the statement that the male sex is responsible for the objectification of women, which would imply that because men are not women, we are degrading others by placing them in advertisements or other positions for a purpose, which would primarily be to make money, we could conclude that men force women or in some way manipulate women to degrade themselves and become the object society men in this case desires. The tricky part is what comes next, because men and women are equally capable of forcing someone from a legal standpoint. Sure, we could raise child slaves to be our future models, or threaten to murder a person's family if they don't appear in our advertisement, wearing only underwear. But we cannot look from this perspective, because almost anything can be forced from anyone using legal means, which leads us to the point of men objectifying women in a legal sense. The concept of males forcing women to objectify themselves is becoming muddled. For example, men could use money to pay women to perform in potentially degrading media such as movies, television, theater pornography, and ads. However, in this case, it would not be men forcing women to appear in these types of media, but women making a conscious choice to appear in these types of media. This is an intriguing revelation, if by all means the media is an object to define women by conditioning women to accept them being placed in such roles in the media. A cycle of ignorance should have been formed throughout society, setting the standard for women to be in these compromising roles without them being conscious. School is legally required in most countries, implying that women should be aware that they will be placed in these degrading positions, yet they continue to appear in at least some media outlets. This is where the theory of men degrading women begins to crumble. We have discovered that men cannot force women to be in these degrading positions, and that women are aware that they are putting themselves in these degrading positions. Blaming males for objectifying women would thus be incorrect. The only persons who can legally objectify women are women themselves by appearing in degraded media. A counter-argument would be that women cannot make a career if they do not follow society's rules, but this is a blatant lie because anyone can legally produce these media, and if one ensures not to appear in so-called degrading positions, women would no longer be objectified by the media they appear in, and thus set an example for other women. But judge from women appearing half-naked with the clear intent of using their body as a product by dancing next to a famous individual in a music video. Women have different life goals and use themselves as a means to an end. Women, not men, set the standard for women. Men do not dress up as women to increase sales, and to say that most women are stupid and unaware of the dangerous situation they are putting themselves in is, in and of itself, ignorant. Not males, but women, objectify themselves. Everyone says that males objectify themselves, but women prefer to dress skinnier than men do and act more sexually than men do. It is the fault of women to be the way they are in the West, women having more freedom than in any other society. Yet many of them complain that women are objectified for their bodies on TV advertising, music, and billboards, and they frequently blame it on males. When you see Nicki Minaj shaking her huge fat ass on camera, it was not forced on her by a man. When you see Emily Ratajkowski dancing naked in a music video, it was her decision. The same applies to every porn actress, stripper, bikini model, and music artist who does this. Men aren't to blame since women put themselves in uncomfortable positions and set an example for other women.